Don't look at me like I ain't got all. Do you stay with me? Wherever you are, you stay with me.
Hey, this is Cam and Boris from Kasador, and you're listening to
CFRC 101.9.
That's the time. All right.
We are live here in the CFRC studio, CFRC 101.9 FM, CFRC.ca. This is the CFRC live sessions, and we are here with Kasador, or 2/3 of Kasador.
Yes. Thanks for having us.
No problem. So you guys, you're normally 3 people, as a lot of people have probably seen around town, but you're here today doing a little acoustic set for us just before you embark on your big tour. Let's do a little introduction.
Sure. So, yeah, my name's Cam. We are Kasador, 2/3 of Kasador. Steven is not here. He's on tour. He's doing some session drumming stuff. And then we're leaving on, I guess technically, it starts this Saturday. We play in Hamilton. And then we play the week after in Montreal. And then we drive all the way out to BC to start our little run with Finger 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a long tour that's going to go on all the way up till December. The 1st of December is the show that you're going to be coming back and playing in Kingston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That'll be our first time we ever played the Broom Factory, and our first, well, not our first. It'll be our first local show in a little bit at least. But it should be good. We've never played there before, and we've heard so many good things. I've seen a lot of great shows there. So it'll be a nice way to cap off being away for so long.
Yeah, I mean, you were last, I think, you did the show at the Mansion last month.
Last month. Yes, that sounds right. It's all a blur, honestly.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be nice to see you guys back in town. Obviously, the tour is for your album Youth, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. That's our most recent album. That was the first one that we've put out in, I think, 4 years was the one before that. And we've kind of done a little, like, soft rebrand in a way because the old lead singer departed ways from the band. And we've done a lot of kind of soul searching and trying to find a new way to push forward. And that's been our first, I guess, public body of work since Brood and Bloom, which was 4 years ago. So yeah, I guess it is in a way to support that, but it's also just getting back on the road, and we haven't really gone on like a tour that's not just kind of a string of shows around here since, I don't know, like it's been a long time. So, and we have a new song, so I guess it's also kind of in support of that, but it's mostly just playing shows, like, is really what it's all about. And we actually have songs that people can go listen to now, which we hadn't, or new ones at least, which we hadn't had for so long. So it feels good.
And I mean, I'm excited for the tour because, like you said, this has been a bit of a rebrand for you guys. It's been this really, like, you introduced this album to us way back in, I think it was March or so, with like this burst of energy with your single Lock On. And that was an obvious break from this kind of, from your almost bluesy sound to a really indie rock sound. Like, how do you make that shift? Like, what prompted the shift to go to indie rock?
Nothing really at all, other than I think like the way that we kind of write songs is we just write songs that we like the sound of, and just how it just comes out naturally. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to write a song that sounds like this. We just kind of started playing chords and singing melodies, and we just kind of had ideas, and it just came out like that. There wasn't really like a super conscious idea to be like, we want to sound like, we want this song to be like this, and we chose, to do a song that was going to be like this. It just kind of happened because we like all the kind of music that is, reminiscent of that sound, and it just came out that way. But I guess we kind of have like the way that maybe I sing on a number of songs is it's like got a bit of a punkier sort of like enunciation in terms of how some of the lyrics are presented, and that one is definitely the most like punky sounding.
Yeah, definitely. It is definitely like the punchiest song as well. But then in a different way, the album themes are also a bit punchy in their own way. Like Youth, there's a bit of looking back, there's a bit of sort of melancholy on it, there's a bit of feelings of like being lost, misunderstood, feeling like things have changed, feeling like things have not changed. There's a lot of themes going on that. Was this your pandemic album?
Well, I guess technically, literally it was, but I don't really like to attribute it to that just because, I don't know, I feel like it's almost a cop-out, or it almost cheapens it a little bit, but
It's very tired.
It's a little tired. I'm also, I'm a sucker for nostalgia in general, and I think now that I'm singing and writing a bunch more like, the kind of the speaker of the words, I feel like that is just sort of, I don't know, it's what I like to sing about. So I think it came out of just maybe kind of a new voice, and also I think also that had something to do with it. But there was a lot of growth that happened with someone leaving the band and kind of doing this like soft rebrand, and it just felt like there was a lot of soul searching and trying to figure out how to move forward. So I think it came out of that as well.
I mean, you guys are people who know a thing or two about change with the whole sound thing, with like a new band dynamic, you having to step up as like a vocalist as well. And alongside that, you've seen the Kingston scene change because you've been around for a little while. You guys are also sort of a Queen's band as well.
In a way, yeah.
In a way.
Humble beginnings, yeah.
So how have you seen the Kingston scene change over time?
Good question. I don't know if I've really seen it like drastically change that I've noticed. I mean, I think it took a bit of a dip, when there were no live shows for a while, but I feel like it's kind of like the city always has a fire within it. I think because it always has this injection of, young people, and it always has like from all over, like it doesn't really, people might argue this, but I feel like it doesn't get set in its ways because there's always new influences coming in from everywhere, that I think it's just bound to have lots of good bands and good music come out of it, because I feel like the good thing about Kingston as well is that it's right on the way to all the major cities. Like it doesn't feel isolated at all. So I think it always has a breath of fresh air, and I think now that everything's starting to achieve normality a bit, I think it's starting to get back to where it was, and just like that the life that was always there is starting to show itself again.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's also this collaborative aspect that I've personally seen. I mean, we've seen, I guess almost even in the last year or so many new bands come up, and they all sort of talk about each other. They talk about helping each other, playing in each other's bands. And you guys also have obviously been really involved in the scene, whether it's like playing with other bands, or like helping other bands write, mix, produce, all of that. It's a very collaborative scene.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very, collaborative is a good word. It's like the opposite of cutthroat. It's like we're all just kind of trying to help each other. Because also, I feel like when one band does well, especially in a place like Kingston, the other ones can do well too. It's not like there's tons of room, to do well. It's not like if someone does well, then, we have to wait till they kind of age out or whatever. It's like there's tons of space, and I feel like it's inspiring to see how one band gets to a place where they are, because I feel like the path to success, however you want to call it these days, or like all the time, changes in music and how it's consumed and everything. So I think it's it's nice to be able to talk to someone who has found success in this one area but maybe not in this area. So I think just it's a very accessible community as well, and I think you learn from each other, and that's the best way to grow.
Yeah, definitely learning from each other. Mm-hmm. Like so many opportunities, and I feel like if you just gatekeep things or whatever, you just kind of cut yourself off from being able to learn and pick things up from other musicians.
For sure, it's very supportive as well.
It does, yeah, for sure. It does feel that way.
And I also wanted to talk about the Kingston Canadian Film Festival, because that's also where a lot of bands came together. I suppose one of the few kind of competitive times, but it's also, it's just a place where I guess you get to go and like enjoy everybody's video achievements as well. And your song Lock On was the winner of the Slade Music Festival this year.
It feels very weird to have a winner when it's like art.
Sure.
I feel like there's no winner in art, but there's no loser.
We're all equal. Yeah, but it was cool to win. It's also kind of funny because we put in work and there was a lot of ideas, but the real magic was not us. Like it was, the art director and the whatever. It was like everyone that put in so much work and kind of made it into the beautiful thing that it is now. And, it was our song and a lot of ideas that we had. Boris spearheaded a lot of them. So I feel like while it is, we won it, I feel like it's so much more than us. Like it would not be possible in any way without like the team that we had.
Yeah, there were like over 30 people that worked on the video.
Yeah. It was a big old production.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that as well, because like you showed us some of the behind the scenes footage of like how things were being built and everything. And there was definitely a lot of production and a lot of creative decisions being made, not necessarily musical decisions. So how was that kind of process of kind of working your music into this whole other medium?
sometimes you just have to just do it. Like, it's like, here's this idea, we're just gonna make it fit somehow. Like, I think that's the cool part about art is you can just like figure it out. Like, you can just blend an idea with another idea and you can find some way to connect it. And we kind of had like, you know, these crazy ideas for a lot of the visuals in the song, and it kind of just worked with the sort of like nonsensical lyrics in a way. And then I don't know, I think it just kind of, I think there was a lot of thought into it, but I don't think it was overthought in terms of, you know, how can we make this one really specific lyric work with this idea. It was kind of like, it just kind of, we mashed them together and created.
Just lean into that slightly art house, slightly absurdist thing.
Yeah.
And you guys did tell us before about a new single that you have coming out.
Yep. Yeah, we have a new one. We did the album with Brett Emmons as the producer, and we did a bunch of writing with him. So this one also was with him. It's I would say it's not really a departure from. It's like if Lock On is like far this side, then this next song is far the other side. But it's still within the Kasador umbrella. But yeah, it's a little more kind of like chill, almost like bedroomy indie. This one, but yeah, I think it's cool.
And that's the song that you're also going to be playing for us right now.
It is, yes. This will be a little chill acoustic version of the song, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Let's listen to it right now.
Okay, cool.
Shoulder. Don't look at me like I ain't got older. You stay with me wherever you are. You stay with me. On my cold shoulder. Don't look at me like I ain't got older. Tell me when you're down from your tower, how's it feel to have so much power? You stay with me wherever you are. You stay with me. You play wherever you are, you play with me. Laugh at me, don't laugh at me. You make me feel like you don't really want me. Laugh at me, don't laugh at me. I like your smile even if it haunts me. Put your head on my cold shoulder. Don't look at me like I ain't got older. Tell me when you're down from your tower, how's it feel to have so much power? You stay with me wherever you are. You stay with me. You play with me wherever you are. Don't play.
We're back here, CFRC Studios, Studio A, CFRC 101.9fm, CFRC live sessions. We're here with Kasador. We just heard Come Over. Thanks so much for coming in, guys. So this is your brand new song. You're looking forward to playing it on the tour. What's coming up next for you? What's after that?
That's kind of the big thing coming up is we have we have that tour, then we get back, and then we immediately go into the States for a while, and then hopefully still in the works, but hopefully go out east after that, and then I guess hoping to just play as many shows as possible, maybe do some festivals in the coming summer, and then we have a couple new songs in the works as well. We have actually two more that are recorded, and then we have a bunch that are kind of like half done. So hopefully have a new album EP done by the start of this coming summer as well.
Okay, wow. So thanks so much for coming in, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll see you in December, and hopefully we'll see you guys for like a full proper session as well.
Yeah, we can do some full band in here or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thanks so much.
Put your head on my cold shoulder. Don't look at me like I ain't got